to be open inside our iframes. So like this, we can access these iframes. That is the use of these iframes here. That is the use of these iframes. Now, so we can go. So we can go to this previous chapter. Like I told you that the block level elements, right? So for this block level elements, here we need to discuss about div elements. So div element, div. So what is the div here? So mostly the web browsers will be developed at the div itself. So we use the div tag to develop the web pages. So div means division. It is a box-like container. So it acts as a box container. There is no meaning for the div. It is a non-semantic. That is a meaningless elements for this div. What is the use of this div means? It will gather the group of all elements. So we can place all elements inside of this div only. The div is commonly used for IDs, styles, classes. These are the common attributes we can use in the divs itself. So that is the use of div here. So div is to generate the box type container. How can you create the div elements in the HTML? So using the div tag, we can create the div elements. So look at this one. Using the div tag, we can create the div elements here. So just open this Visual Studio. We just created one more new program. We just created a new program and click on this Control S. So here we just save this program as divs.html. Divs.html. So click on this one, div.html. Now we need to create a program here. So click on this one. So there you get. You can put this comment. Next we can change this title here. You can change the title to div elements. So divs. So for this divs, so here we can take the div here, div tag. So look at this one. We can take the div tag. Just refresh this browser. So we can run this one on the browser. What happened? Div is created, but it's not displayed here. Why? Because we didn't give any height and width and any border for this div. So look at this one. If you hover on this, open this developer tools, just hover on this div elements. So look at this one. The div is created like 1350 into 0 here. Now we need to give some border on height and width here. Before going to apply this border, I need to tell here. So here I'm just using, see, I'm just using the inline style. Inline style. In the style, we can use the div tag. So for this div tag, so we can use a border. So we can use a border. So here in this border, we just give 3 pixels, solid, solid red. So I'm using the solid red here, or else you can use solid blue here. So I'm using blue here. We're using solid blue here. Now for this solid blue, just run this one on the browser. See, there you get the blue border here, but we didn't give the height and width for this div. So here we get the blue border here. So control this div, we can use this height and width here. We just use this width. Width, I'm giving 500 pixels. Height, I can give 500 pixels. Now I can run this one on the browser. See, look at this one. We run this one on the browser. See, there you get the div here. So we just decrease this height here. I'm just want to give 300 pixels. So look at this one. They're having height and width here. So like this, we can apply the div elements. So look at this one. So here, so I'm write the border, right? So what is the border here? Why we can write the 3 values here? Add border is a CSS property. I just explained it. So here I'm taking this border. So border 3 pixels, solid blue color. So here, so border means a border is a shortened property. It maintains the 3 properties like. So first we can calculate a border width. So first we'll take the border width. So border width is a 3 pixels. Next, it will take border style. Border style, it will take solid here. So just remove this one, border solid here. Now we take border color. we take a border color. For this border color, then you get the blue color here. So like this, the border, these three properties will combinedly, these three properties will combinedly take this border 3 pixel solid blue. So this is a shorthand property. Maintain these three properties like border width, border style, border color. These properties will be included in the border itself. So like this, we can use this border. Border is a CSS. We can explain at the time of CSS classes. Don't worry. So there you get the border mean this slide. So border stands for this one: border width, border style, and border color. Like this. So we can also use the paddings and margins. We can also using padding and margins. Padding and margins. So padding is the inner space. So margin is outer space. So padding is inner space, margin is outer space. I just open this MS Paint here. So here I'm just writing MS Paint. So I'm taking the paint here. So for this paint, we just draw. So here I'm just assume that this is a web page. So here for this web page, so I'm taking blue color. So for this blue color, I'll just draw this shape here. So look at this one. This is our div. So div having the border, some pixels solid like this. For this div, so we having this outer space, right? So for this outer space, I'm just taking this red color. So this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So this is the all four sets in the outer space, right? This outer space is called margin here. This outer space is called margin. So we calculate it as margins. So margins here. So here, so this is the top position, right? This is a top position, and we can call it as this is a right position, and this one is called right position, right, and this one is called bottom. So this we can call it as a bottom, and we can call it as this one left. So left we can call it as, so here, so this one we can call it as left here. So left color. So here outer space is a margin, right? The combinedly we can call it as margin top. This is a margin right, margin bottom, margin left here. This margin properties will work with like clockwise direction. So it will come from the top right, bottom left, top right, bottom left, top right, bottom left. Like this, the margin properties will work. Not only this margins, paddings also. Padding is the inner property. Like for this padding, I'll just change this green color. Now, so here, so here, look at this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. See, for this div, we have a content here. So this is the content here. Content means we can place the text, we can place the images, whatever it is. So inside of div, we have a content, right? In the content, we have inner space, right? These spaces like top, right, bottom left. Like this is a padding, right? Inner side is a padding. So padding also take padding is inside space. So here the padding will take inner space like padding top, padding right, padding bottom, padding left, like this. So if you give the one value, so like if you give the, so here I'm just giving margin equal to 60 pixels. So here I'm just giving the margin equal to 60 pixels. The 60 pixels will be take that top, it will take the 60 pixels, all sides it will take the 60 pixels. So here we just give 60 pixels, 60 pixels, and here also it will take 60 pixels like this. It will take 60 pixels. So margins are taken outside of the space, like a transparent outside space. So it's a transparent. So here 60 pixels like this. So padding is the inner space and margin is outer space. Like this, the margins and paddings will be calculated. So at the time of CSS, will be explained clearly what is the values for what is the values we can take. So if you give the two values, so if you give here, so here just give 50 pixels. Now we're taking this 60 and 50 here, right? So for this, See, just remove this one. So here, so we just give the 50 pixels. Now look at this one. So if you give 60 and 50, so it will take 60 will take the top and bottom, 50 will take the right and left. So this value will take the right and left as a 50. First value it will take the top and bottom. Like this, it will take the padding and margins here. So we can also apply the padding and margin properties for the div elements. So not only this one, we can move the center. We can adjust this one using these margins also. So margins having the margin top, margin right, margin bottom, margin left. Like this, margins and paddings will be calculated. So here, open this Visual Studio. So here we having this div. Like this, we can create the div elements here. So look at this one. We're having the div elements here. So I'm just open this Chrome here. So I just remove this one. So having the div here. So like this, we can create the div elements here. Now, this is a div element. So we can also take that, not only this border color, we just give the background color also. So using this div, we can create the number of like a number of sections. So like we can create this 50-50 sections. Like we can put the images, we can put the text. So we can use this. We can create a lot of services boxes. So we can create the layouts using the divs also. So most probably we can use the divs for creating the web pages. So don't use this tables here. So they only use the divs here. So here we just apply the background color. So we just apply the background color. Here I'm taking background color. So I'm just crimson. So crimson. So we just refresh this one on the browser. So go to this browser and refresh this one. See, we having the red box here. So in this div elements, so in this div elements, so we use it here display properties. The most important property we can use in the display. So why? Because we need to. So here I'm just open this. I'm just open this Notepad++. So here we use the display properties. So display properties. Display properties. So for this display properties, we need to display the block level elements to like a side by side manner, inline element. So here the display properties we have available like, so we have display properties like display inline, and we have display. So display inline block, and we have. So here we take the small letters only. And use capital letters. So the capital letters also not a problem. It is a case insensitive language. So we can use capital letters as well as small letters also. It will give the output. But bad way of practice is we're writing the capital letters. So I always use the small letters. So here I'm just writing the block level. So inline block. Next we have display. Display. So display none here. Display none here. Display none inline, and we have last one display block. So we have display block here. Display block here. So like this we can take the text here. Like this we can take the display properties. This display properties inline means inline within the line. So what is the difference between inline and inline block is, so if you write the inline, so for the inline elements we can't set height and width for the inline. So while writing the inline property, it not allows you set height and width. So while writing the inline blocks, so inline blocks will apply will will apply all that. So it will take the paddings, it will take the margins, it will take the height and width. So it will allows you that to set the paddings and margins, height and width. So whereas the inline, it won't allows you the height and width. We can apply the paddings and margins for the inlines. So here for the display none means display none we can use for the JavaScript to hide the element. So it will remove the element space and entire element here, we can use the display none. We can hide the element using this display none. And display block is to, in order to change the inline elements to block level. So we can use the display block here. So I will show the example for creating this display block. So example for display block. So here, so we take an H1 here. So example for the example for display block here. So for this block, so example for this display block. So here I'm taking the button elements. So how do you create the button elements means? So we can use the button tag. So we can create the button. So using this button tag, we can create the button element. So we just create the button here. So here I'm just creating the button. So here I'm just giving the class. So here I'm taking the class as pink button. So I'm taking the pink button and I just take the one more class name. So here button is the inline element. So look at this one. So here I'm just changing to green here. Now, so we are taking the two buttons here. We just give, this is the pink button. So I'm taking the pink button. Now here I'm taking green button. So here I'm taking the green button, pink button and green button. Now we have in the two buttons here. We just run this one on the browser. So here we just remove this div element. So example for display block here. So we just run this one on the browser. See, look at this one. See, look at this one. So they're having the buttons here. So look at this one. The buttons are arranged in the side by side manner. So like these two are inline elements. So here, so for these buttons, so we just apply the CSS for these buttons. So here I'm taking pink button. So pink button. So look at this one. So while writing the CSS, we can follow some CSS standards. So here we just use this comma separator. Comma separator. Why? Because I'm just using the same CSS for these two buttons. So instead of writing the so much of course, I just use this comma separator. So I'm just take here green. So I'm taking the green button. So here we just take green hyphen button. Now, so for this green button and the pink button, should apply the CSS here. So I just apply the padding. So padding. So here I'm taking the 10 pixels. Now I'm taking the 20 pixels. So this means that top and bottom it will take the 10 pixels, right and left it will take the 20 pixels. In the inner space, padding is the inner space, right? So here I'm just taking the font size. So for the font size, we just give 20 pixels. 20 pixels here. Just we can apply the color for this one. So here we just apply the color for this one. So I'm taking the pink button. So for this pink button, we need to apply the pink color. So here I'm just applying a background. So for this background, we need to apply so deep pink. So I'm taking the pink color. Next we can apply the color for this button. So we just green button. We take the green button. For this green button, we should apply the background color. So background color. So here I'm just applying the green color. Now just apply the green color. Go to this browser here and refresh this one. So there you get the two buttons here. So for this button, we just remove this border also. So for this border none, I'm just writing the border none, and I should write the color as just the color. I change this color to white here. I change this color to white here. Now refresh this one on the browser. See, they're having the two buttons here. Look at this one. The buttons are arranged in the inline manner. So we need to change these inlines to block level. So button is inline elements, right? Here we just write the button tag. So look at this one. I just write this display. So display block here. So display block. So if you have the display block here, just refresh this one. See, look at this one. It will be in the side by side manner. So it will change to this button as block level. The nature of this button is block level. If you want to see this block level, so just right click on this one. Just right click on this button. So the button will be selected here. So look at this one. So open this developer tools. So they're having, here is the option is there. They're having the console element source here. So and look on this right side, we're having the styles and computed event listeners. So just click on this computer. So here we're having the values here, and you can type here. Just you can type this display value. So display. So look at this one. By default, it's a block level here. So I just remove this display here. I just remove the display property. Now we can refresh this one. We just refresh this elements snouters. It's by default inline block here. Look at this one. By default inline block here. So we can change this to block level. We can use the display block here. So in order to change this inline elements to block level, we can use the display block here. So here I'm just writing the none here. So if you want to write this none here, so none means it will remove this one. It will display, it will hide this one button here. We just cut this button and paste it in the green button here. We just paste it in the green button. Sorry. So we just paste it here. Now we can run this one on the browser. Just run this one on the browser. See, look at this one. It will hide the element here. So like this, we can use this display block here. So I just uncommented this one. So we didn't want this one. So next we have so inline. What is the inline here? So example for inline. So I'm taking example for inline. So for this inline, so here I'm taking the UL tag. So inside of UL tag, ULI. These are the block level elements, right? So I'm taking anchor tag. So here I'm just write home. Just type home component. I'm taking the home component. I just copy this one. Take two more copies. So here we can write about us, about here, and we have contact us. We have contact. Now we can refresh on this browser. So look at this one. Just refresh on this browser. So they're having these elements here. Just increase the search. They're having list items. So these are the block level elements, right? So for this block level, we can change through inline here. So how can you write the inline here? So here I'm taking UL tag. So here we take UL. So first we need to remove this. First we need to remove the bullet symbols. For removing the bullet symbols, we know, right? List style type none here. You write none means. So go to this browser and refresh this one. So you look at this one. The dots will be gone. So it will remove the dots. Next we have LI. So in this list items, LI, A. So here I'm just remove the decoration. So for this remove the decoration, we have text decoration. So we have text decoration none here. So we use the text decoration none. We just refresh this one on the browser. So look at this one. So it will remove the text decoration none here. Look at this one. So here we just write UL-LI. This is a space selector. So we can call it as descendant selector that will use it to select the space here. That means inside of UL, it will select all the child elements. So here we can write the display inline here. So if you write the display inline, so look at this one. If you refresh this one, so they're having the inline here. So we need to give gap here. So here we need to give the gap here. So we can write, so here padding. So we just write the padding here. So top 0, we don't want a 0. And we can give this left, right, we need 30 pixels. So here, we just refresh this one. So now just created a home components, home, about us, contact us. So like this. So here I'm just write this, this inbind, we just write this width here. So we just write the width width 300 pixels. Look at this one. So if you write this one, see there you get the error here. So look at this one. So if you hold on this one, see the property is ignored due to the display. Display inline, we can't set the width and height. So we can set the margins and paddings for the inline. Okay. So for this here, for this inline block, we can set the inline block, we can set the height and width for this one. So I just take the inline block here. So I'm taking the inline block. So here I'm just remove this padding. Now you can refresh this page. So look at this one. Just we can refresh this page. So they're having this inline block here. So here we can set the height and width. So we just display inline block. So here is our display inline block, right? So I'm setting the width for this one. So here I'm just setting the width. So I'm taking 150 pixels. So I'm taking the 150 pixels. Now you can run this one on the browser. So look at this one. So we can set this width and refresh this one. So look at this one, they're setting the width here. So like this, we can also set the width and height for this inline elements. And we can't set this height and width for this inline elements. We can set the width and height for this inline block elements. That is the example for example for display block and display inline block. That is the difference between inline block and block here. So here we use the display properties inside of this div elements. Inside of this div elements here. So using this div, so here just removing this one, we don't want this one. So here we just create a div element here. So we can, using this div, we can create a lot of things. We'll see in the next class. So here I'll show the one more example for this div. So here, like, so here I'm taking the div here, div. So inside of div, we can take this h1. So here h1 I'm taking this this is heading. This is heading. So I'm taking the paragraph. So in this paragraph, I'm taking this LoRa. I'm taking 50 watts. I'm just taking the 50 watts here. So here, for this div, we just take. So here I'm taking the width 500 pixels. So width I'm taking the 500 pixels. Height I'm taking 200 pixels. So you can take 250 pixels. So I'm taking the 250 pixels. Now, so here we can use the text align center, make this text to center here, center position. So we can use the text align center. Now we can refresh this one on the browser. So go to this browser and refresh this one. So you look at this one, they're having text here. So I pasted in the middle here. So here, look at this one. We have a text and place in the middle position. Just refresh this one. Now I'll just reduce this size here. Look at this one, they're having text and place it here. So here for this div, we just give the background color. So we just give the background color. So background color. So I'll just give the dark blue. So I'll just give the dark blue here. Look at this one. If you run this one on the browser, so there you get the dark blue here. So here we just give the here I'm just giving h1 comma paragraph. I'm taking color. So color, I just give the white color. The white color. I just take the white color, and if you run this one on the browser, see there you get div here. For this div, we can place the text here. So here we just give the padding also. Here I'm just giving the padding. So padding I'll just give 30 pixels, or I take the 40 pixels here. Now you can run this one on the browser. See, look at this one. They are placing the div element. So after that, we take in the this heading or text here. So we can also place the images also. So here we can place the images inside of this div using this image tag. So I'm taking this image tag. So image tag. So for this image tag, we can write the src. So here I'm just taking the f1. So f1.png. So here is our image here. So I'm just write f1. So f1 png. Png. I take image. Now just give the alt tag here. So this is a flower. So flower here. You just refresh this one on the browser. So we can place this image here. So like this, we can also place images, text inside of development. So here, the next chapter. So we will learn for the next chapter. So we will learn how to display, like how to create the service boxes